Hello. Hello. Hey, how are you? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. You guys are all having a beautiful fucking day. In today's video, we are going to be reacting to scary animated stories once again. My channel is going to become known for that. I mean, like, bitch, I'm an icon for that. I'm the bad bitch for that. In today's video, we are going to be reacting to 3 true horror stories animated by Whimsy Entertainment. I am like the queen of horror. When it comes to horror, bitch, I want you to play with me, bitch. Play with me, bitch. Play with me. Okay, play with me, huh, girl. Do a pop quiz on me, girl. I know my horror.
Fat bitch stuttering.
I know my horror movie, bitch. If you ever try to like think some shit about me, about I don't like horror movies and shit, bitch, that's a damn lie. I love horror movies with all my life and horror stories. I look at anything that's gory, scary, and like I'm like a geek for that. I'm like a Anyways, enough with that shit. Let's get into the video.
Hello, my name is Joy. This happened in 2015 when I was in my 20s. I lived with my aunt and had been a working student for 10 years. There were 6 of us living in the house. My aunt, my uncle, their 2 daughters, my grandma, and me. It was around 10:30 a.m. one day, and I was exhausted from not being able to sleep early the night before. So I slept for a while. I had a dream about 2 children, a boy and a girl, running around the house. As I remember, they're a bit chubby and wearing a white sleeveless and short pants. The boy's haircut was skinhead type, and the girl's hairstyle was short hair that leveled on her cheek. They were around 5 years of age. They looked so happy playing around the house. Then they appeared in front of me, and I saw a blurry image of myself in them. They stood there for a while. I noticed that I had been on sleep paralysis. The boy grabbed my arm like he was pulling down. At the same time, the girl was just staring. The boy just keeps pulling on me. I keep fighting even though I couldn't move my entire body, and I prayed. And I awoke in an instant. I never experienced or dreamed about them again after that. 2 years had passed, and my grandma and I were folding our clothes in the same house. While we were talking, she was talking about her experience with sleep paralysis. As I was listening attentively, she mentioned she experienced sleep paralysis maybe 40 years ago in our old house. She told me she saw 2 children during her sleep paralysis. She said the children were playing at first, and then the boy appeared above her and the girl simply stared. I was shocked and asked her about what they looked like. As she was describing the children, I froze for a while and felt goosebumps on my whole body. Her experience 40 years ago was the same as mine 8 years ago. And we still have no idea who those children were. I'm still not sure why my grandmother and I had the same sleep paralysis in different houses in years. Are we being followed by ghosts?
I guess so, bitch. I mean, shit, you got little children following you. Maybe you got an abortion and killed them because you're a little dirty slut, okay? Okay, next part.
I was awoken by the sound of static coming from my TV. Confused, I got up from the couch I was sleeping on and gave it a little kick, but it still wouldn't turn on. I didn't find this strange because we'd been having snowstorms for the past week and figured it'd be up and running the minute the weather cleared. I was just about to go back to sleep, but then I remembered I had bought something for my dog the day before. Dog Buttons was the name of the package, and it was basically a box with multiple buttons inside. The buttons had recordings on them and were supposed to allow the dog to communicate with its owner. I set out the buttons on the ground and brought my dog to them, but he didn't seem to be interested. A few days passed and I was lying on my couch again and watching TV, like I always did when I had free time. I suddenly heard the word "stranger" from one of the buttons behind me. I looked over the couch to see that my dog still had his paw on the button, as if he wanted me to know it wasn't an accident. "Stranger? Where?" I asked, confused. "Here," I heard come from another one of the buttons. My heart started to race and my hands and forehead felt sweaty. What the heck? I thought to myself. I tried to brush it off, but I couldn't, so I went upstairs to my room and went to sleep. An hour or so passed, and I woke to the sound of the glass from my front door breaking. I immediately got up and looked out the window, thinking someone had broken in. But no, someone was breaking out. There stood a creature, tall and pale. It only had eyes, no mouth, no nose, just eyes. It had 2 pairs of arms, 2 at its shoulders and 2 on its back. It then slowly began to stand on its...
Bitch, you're gonna tell me you're gonna stay in that house after seeing that shit? Like I said before, we moved to Africa, bitch. Hawaii, we moved to Canada, we moved into Mexico, bitch. We moved into Puerto Rico.
Stand on its legs, and its head started to twitch maniacally. It barked, then let out the most blood-curdling screech imaginable. It then ran into the woods, where it was never to be seen again.
We went to South Africa, bitch.
My name is Lou Jane, and I'm 14 years old. I was born in Austria and have 3 siblings. They consist of 2 brothers and 1 sister. This incident occurred 2 days ago to my 19-year-old brother, Malik.
Is it cute?
My brother works as a receptionist in a hotel and is mostly required to work the night shift. Due to the illness of a colleague, his supervisor asked him to work the night shift 2 days ago. Frustrated, my brother left at midnight and drove to his workplace. Since it was night and he worked at a small hotel, only a few customers came out in the middle of the night. So he decided to watch Netflix on his phone. However, he wasn't the only person on duty. His friend was sitting in the upstairs reception, just as bored as him. At about 5 a.m., my brother had to use the restroom, so he left his desk. While he was in the restroom, his phone rang and he saw it was from his friend who worked on the floor above him. Confused, my brother picked up the call and answered. Hello? Okay, don't panic, but a sketchy guy just walked in. I'm watching the camera footage. He's got something in his pocket and he's going through your desk. My brother slowly pressed his ear against the door and heard someone going through his stuff. He slowly placed his hand on the door handle and swung it open in one swift motion. Sure enough, there stood an average man about my brother's height but a little more buff, wearing a fake Gucci hat, black shorts that reached his knees, and a waist bag. The man appeared to be in his late 20s with dark brown hair and a calm but sinister expression on his face. On seeing my brother, the man ran outside. My brother ran after him and tackled him to the ground. They fought for some time, throwing punches and kicks. At one point, the man tried to choke my brother. My brother's friend was still on the phone with him while all this was going on. He witnessed everything, and it was caught on camera. As the events progressed, he called the police. Meanwhile, 5 people were watching the fight from the balcony. My brother screamed for help, but no one came to his aid. They just stood there and did nothing. A random guy screamed, "Let him go!" to my brother. They thought it was a childish brawl. Finally, the cops arrived and handcuffed the man. Surprisingly, he began screaming in a language that no one understood. When they tried to talk to him, they discovered he didn't speak English or German. He appeared to be Romanian or something. When the police looked through his records, they found nothing. He didn't have a passport and had entered the country illegally. The cops then praised my brother for his bravery. My brother went to the hospital at 6 a.m. to have his wounds examined. He appeared to have broken his arm and had a few bruises and scratches on his face. His shoulder hurt a lot and he couldn't move around much. When my parents found out, they told my brother how dangerous the situation was and to be careful next time. When my brother's friend showed me a video of the CCTV footage on his phone, it was clear that the guy had no idea what he was looking for. It's like it came unplanned and it just backfired for him. I saw how my brother and the guy fought outside the hotel's front door. There wasn't a camera view from the outside, but there was on the inside. What scared me the most was how calm his expression was when he was screaming as the cops were holding him down. That madman is in prison now, and that's what he deserves. Ultimately, I'm proud of my brother for his bravery that night. My little brother sees my big brother as his biggest hero and is more proud of him than I am. That night will haunt my brother for a long time.
That's it, y'all. Anyways, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And if you guys did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe and click that notification bell. And if you haven't, you're a fucking dumb fucking bitch, honestly. Be safe and be a baddie. And remember, be yourself. Do not try to be anybody else, because bitch, you are unique and beautiful in your own ways. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye, bitches.